A suspect has been arrested in connection with pipe bombs that were planted outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee offices just before the January 6th Capitol riot back in 2021. The suspect is 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr. from Woodbridge, Virginia. He was taken into custody on Thursday morning and is scheduled to appear in federal court in Washington, D.C. later in the day. Officials have not yet said what charges he will face. Investigators are looking into Cole's background to see if he has any extremist or anarchist beliefs. The arrest comes nearly 5 years after the Capitol riot, a time when the FBI had been criticized for not identifying the suspects sooner. On the night of January 5, 2021, surveillance cameras captured a person carrying a backpack and wearing a gray hoodie, gloves, mask, glasses, and Nike sneakers. This person planted what the FBI called a viable explosive devices at the offices of the two major political parties. The bombs were discovered about 17 hours later, around the time Congress was counting the 2020 election votes. That session was interrupted when supporters of President Donald Trump stormed the Capitol. Then Vice President-elect Kamala Harris and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi came very close to the bombs as they moved near the DNC offices on January 6th. A congressional report later criticized law enforcement for not securing the area properly. For years, there was no break in the case, and even basic details like whether the suspect was a man or a woman were unclear. This led to intense speculation, especially among conservatives and some Republican lawmakers, that the failed bombing might have been carried out by a far-left extremist. Some thought this would embarrass the former Joe Biden administration, which was pursuing charges against hundreds of January 6 rioters. After taking office in March, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino made the case a top priority. New personnel were brought in, investigators reviewed old evidence, and the public reward for information was increased. Now, with Brian Cole Jr. in custody, investigators hope to finally close this long-running and high-profile case.